all the positive energies of the universe always protect you from inside and outside, to be spread in this entire universe with love and light and unconditional appreciation of all. Hamsa. Namaskar to all the viewers of Nehaa Goyal Shri reading. This is me, Nehaa Goyal. A story to be put out there so that you all know about Saturn, about Shani Dev, which Saturday is breaking some or the other myth in relation to Saturn, in relation to Shani Dev, which basically gives you all an idea of also how to deal with tough times, how to deal with those times which just do not, I mean, they seem to be tough in the sense that they keep stretching and we don't know when we are going to come out of it. What is in play is Saturn, and trust me my friends, it is us, it is our soul which has decided to put Saturn in our life in that particular period, in that position, and also in the chart. Or what is the remedy? How can I quicken the process? In fact, not just them all, there was a time when even I wanted to quicken this process of whatever it is that any of my planet placement had ever decided to me, because I understand at a particular time in your life it gets tough. The period gets, especially when there are delays, especially when there is some kind of a distress that we go through, or there is just some kind of a confusion where we don't know what is going to be the next step. But this is some information which I have for you all. In case you have any questions during the process, while I'm telling you this story, do let me know. So the story goes like this. So Shiv got a bit worried about this, how is it that Shani, who is basically Saturn, who is basically my disciple, somebody who worships me, how can his drishti or his aspect, whatever, affect me? But still he was a bit worried. So what Shiv does is that he goes to the Mrityu Lok, or basically what is known as the underworld, and he goes there and he, just to be saved from the drishti of Saturn, because he does not want to go through any hardships, because that's what oftentimes Saturn brings across, delays in the process and patience and all of those things which I have already spoken about in my past few videos of Shani Dev of Saturn. So he goes there, and just to be saved from the drishti or from the eyes or the aspect of Saturn, he converts himself, or transforms or transmutes himself into an elephant. So thinking that he will convert himself into, or transform himself into an elephant, and so Shani or Saturn wouldn't know that the elephant is actually Shiv, and the period for which Saturn was in the Rashi of was aspecting Shiv Dev. So he thought for that particular period, which was approximately up till afternoon, he said up till that period I will convert or transform myself into an elephant. So he wouldn't know, Shani Dev or Saturn wouldn't know that this is me. So that's what he does. So the time passes, and once the time passes, Shiv realizes that nothing has happened to him. He goes back to Mount Kailash, which is basically the place where he lives. Now he's very happy. He's very happy. He thinks that a Saturn period came and nothing could happen to me, and obviously because I am Shiv. So that's when Saturn visits him, and obviously because Saturn is a disciple, or let's say he's a worshipper of Shiv, so he bows down to him and he says, thank you so much Shiv for making it easy for me. So Shiv says, but nothing happened to me. Then actually speaking, that your drishti or your aspect could not affect me. So what is it? Then Shani Dev says that it was in my drishti, in my aspect, in my period, that somebody like you, somebody who is all or nothing, somebody who is beyond this entire universe, or in fact is the source of this universe, had to go to the underworld and live like an elephant. Even if for only my period you had to live like an elephant, which is basically an animal form, or what we call in Hinduism the yoni of an animal. That even Shiv, who is the universal consciousness, could not beat the effect or the aspect of Shani Dev. So therefore, my friends, it is just a learning for all of us through these stories. But our ancients were very intelligent, and they came up with these stories such that we, as a layman, understand in an easy way what is it, how the universe, how the effects of various things work on us. So if there is any period which seems like a stretch period, which seems like something which is very tough which is happening, which seems like there are a lot of delays which are happening in the process, the best remedy for it is not to resist it. Of course, it is not easy. I absolutely understand that. I have been saying this time and time again in each and every Saturn, in each and every Shani Dev video of mine, that yes, it is not easy. Obviously, it wouldn't have been easy for somebody like a Shiv consciousness, for somebody who is basically the source, to come and to go to the underground and live like an elephant, live like an animal. Somebody, let me tell you, for us sparks of energy who are just a trickle of that universal consciousness or that source energy, even this physical body is very limiting. Now imagine if my voltage is some 7 lakh volts. Imagine the source energy, which is like, I can't even imagine how much volts, how much energy that particular energy has. That energy had to go and live in a limited form of an elephant, which is one of the lower consciousnesses or lower yonis as far as awareness is concerned. Just because of the effect of Shani Dev, just because even as that consciousness, it had created some karmas which it had to deal with, being in the form of an elephant. So therefore, we are just tiny sparks of that beautiful, huge source power. And therefore, the lesson from this entire story is, as I said, do not resist a period. Do not try to go against the tide. At times, it is okay not to have control over things. And at times there are certain times when such situations come to you to feel them completely, because God knows for how long we have suppressed it. Only when we have completely felt whatever trauma it is, whatever emotions it is brimming up with us, is when we will be finally able to release those emotions and eventually become light as a feather. And once only our consciousness or our awareness is light as a feather, can we go back to the source energy from where we came, and which is what most of the soul at the core of it, that's what we want. The reason why I'm giving you these stories, or I thought that it will to some extent make you aware or heal you, is that when even such souls had to go through things, now how we respond in that particular time, what we do in that particular time, what kind of further karmas, if at all, we create at that particular time, is something that is in our hands. Something which has already happened, because of which we are going through what we are going through, is not in our hands. It has already passed. But your now is in your hands. So this now, you can decide whether you want to spend it in resistance or you want to spend it in alignment or in the flow. And if for the time being the flow is suffering, okay, if for the time being it is suffering, then we'll just have to go through it. Of course, we will do remedies about it. For example, Saturn's remedies are that we should feed ants. We can go and feed people who are, who don't have those kind of means, who are in need. People who are probably physically challenged or are old, in old age homes. But when we do these remedies from a point of view of getting some result out of it, like when often people come back and say that I have been doing this remedy for a very long time, but still I'm going through this, then this entire message, this entire video is for you all. All the positive energies of the universe always protect you from inside and outside, to be spread in this entire universe with love and light and unconditional appreciation of all. Hamsa. Thank you so much who will watch this video now or later. And thank you so much if there is even one piece of awareness that you're taking back from this. Please do share this video. So thank you so much everybody. I'll see you soon. Namaskar. Radhe Radhe once again.